So what is a skill gap when it comes to fighting games? I think of it this way: if I've put 10 hours into a game like Mortal Kombat or Tekken or Injustice or Guilty Gear, and I come across another player who has put in 2 hours, it's not that I would necessarily expect to be 5 times better than that person, but the results of the match should reflect a 10-hour gap in training versus a 2-hour gap in training. Now, obviously, there are players who are somewhat naturals, as well as players who have a history in fighting games in general. So their 4 hours of training may be equal to the productivity of someone else's 10 hours of training. But that's a video for another day. The problem is the game itself and the versatility of tools and play styles and strategies determine how much extra benefit you get from the extra work that you put in training. So an example outside of the fighting game community when it comes to skill gap is a game like Mario Kart. It is just possible to be better at someone else than Mario Kart, or be the best person at the party in Mario Kart. But the way tools and strategies are built out in Mario Kart, there's really only so much better you can be than the next person. And getting on Mario Kart for an extra 20 hours or 25 hours or 500 hours isn't going to make a massive difference in that gap between you and the next person's skill. Whereas games like Smash Ultimate, Dragonballfighterz, Mortal Kombat do have high skill gaps in which there's so much to learn about the game, matchups, and strategies that the more time you put in, the more that is reflected in how you show up in each and every fight. And I believe that splits us into 2 different worlds, right? The world of a casual player, and then the world of a player who really thrives on the competitiveness of fighting games. I think players who genuinely love fighting games, we like high skill gap type fighting games. We want to be able to go put 60, 70 hours into a fighting game and, for the most part, be able to dominate people who haven't put in the work. The problem is, whether it's fighting games, first-person shooters, sports games, most players are casual players. That brings about the question, is it more fun collectively to have high skill gaps in fighting games or to have low skill gaps in fighting games? Does it make sense for everyone to be able to win, regardless of the actual work that they put in to get those wins? While practice is always going to make a difference in the level of success that you see, and how important is it to have equalizers like sparking in Dragonballfighterz, or playing Mario Kart and getting better weapons because you're damn near in last place? Having things like rage drives and rage arts in Tekken, or X-ray attacks in Mortal Kombat, things that can level the playing field if you've gotten behind, had a bad round, or just not having a good day on the game. It's crazy because a lot of times when you truly have dedicated yourself to being good at a particular game, it does become a second job or a part-time job because of how much work it requires in order for you to reach those new levels. Is that what gaming is supposed to be? And is there some sort of fair balance? If you like the video, like it. If you think someone else might like it, share it. And if you want to see more, I really hope that you would subscribe.